Welcome to 420RX Cannabis Cooking and Confectionaries. Here's Jamie.
Hi y'all. Let's review what's in your microdosing at home with edibles gummy kit. The first item we have here is our dry ingredients. Now there's going to be a clear seal around the top. We're going to want to find the perforation and break that, and go ahead and remove that seal and set back to the side. Next in we have our corn syrup. Once again, we have a seal going around the ring of the top. Go ahead and pull the serrated portion off and remove that circular seal, setting again to the side. You'll see 2 packets of unflavored gelatin and 1 gel cap. And now we'll unwrap our mold and our dropper. Our dropper will have a bulb at the top that needs to be pulled back so that the plastic tip of the dropper is fully exposed. If it comes apart, no worries, you can always put it right back together. The remaining items in the video will come from your kitchen. A small plastic cereal bowl, nothing special. You'll also need a spoon. Any spoon will do. I like to use just a plastic spoon that I can toss. I'm going to place 1/4 cup of cool water into my plastic bowl. Moving on to opening my unflavored gelatin packets. I'm going to sprinkle those over the water while I stir it with my spoon. I'm going to go at a relative decent speed, not super slow. This is done in real time. You don't need to go slower than this. You just want to make sure that everything touches the water and that you don't have any large clumps. It may look like baby food, applesauce, or mashed potatoes. Once you feel the unflavored gelatin is mixed in well, we'll set that bowl to the side to allow the gelatin to bloom and soften. You will need a 2-quart saucepan. I'm going to pour 1/2 cup of cool water into my saucepan. I've not turned my heat on yet at this time. You will also want to have a tool, whether it be a whisk or a silicone spatula, to work with. I will be adding my corn syrup to my 1/2 cup of cool water that is in the 2-quart saucepan. I'll gently mix that with the water to dissolve it part way. I'll then take my gel cap and use a small pair of scissors to snip the end and squeeze the contents into my saucepan. On to our dry ingredients. If you've not removed the top, go ahead and do so, and pour all ingredients into the saucepan. I'll gently mix mine in and turn my heat on medium. I'll bring this pot up to a slow boil over medium heat, stirring occasionally. Once Once you reach a fast simmer, slow boil, you're going to take your heat down to low and allow that to simmer for approximately 5 minutes. Once again, stirring on occasion. You will see some foam on the top of your mixture as the water simmers out. I'm now going to add my distillate concentrate. I have a 1 gram syringe at 85%. My heat is still on low. I'm going to stir this in until I feel it is incorporated well, and then turn my heat off. I like to use my spatula to separate my gelatin from the bowl in kind of like a puck. And I use the spatula to lower that gelatin puck gently into my candy syrup, as it is quite warm. I'll gently stir the gelatin in. This can take up to 2 minutes to fully dissolve. You can use the edges of your pot for heat if you need to push a clump of gelatin up against the edge to get it to dissolve. I am going to increase the video speed on this portion, but I will not cut the video. This will be from the time I've put the puck in until it is dissolved. I'll now transfer my gelatin mix into my measuring cup. Using my dropper, I will swirl my liquid around and begin filling the cavities in my mold. Each cavity holds 2 milliliters, so you are going to fill that to the top. You'll get about 2.5 cavities from each dropper full. It is important that you take your time here. You don't want to squirt a lot of your gelatin mixture across the counter. You will have time to fill your mold before your gelatin cools. Once I have all cavities full, I'm going to allow my gelatin to set at room temperature for 2 hours. Once I have confirmed they are set, I'm going to put the entire mold into the freezer for 30 minutes before I pop them out. Wow, would you look at that color? Ooh, squishy too. Once my gummies are fully set, I will remove them and place them on parchment paper for 24 hours to cure. It is purely preference as to whether you sugar or don't sugar. If you are planning to sugar, coat one in sugar and leave set for 1 hour to ensure that they are cured enough to sugar without sweating. If your sugared gummy does sweat after an hour, leave them for an additional 12 to 24 hours and give it another go. I'll be sugaring about half of my batch. Once I do have the sugared gummies done, I'll leave them for 24 to 36 hours to crystallize. Congratulations, sugared or unsugared, you've just made a microdose edible batch. Enjoy!
Be sure to subscribe to this channel for updates and notifications whenever we post a new video. Thanks for watching.